police increased their patrols, finding new victims of the political and ethnic violence spreading towards Johannesburg. Raiding men's hostels of both ANC and rival Inkatha followers, police are constantly aware of the danger of ambush as they uncover more and more traditional weapons: spears, sticks, knives. Early this morning in Soweto, a commuter train driving through tear gas signals the spread of faction fighting to this city of over 2 million black people. At Inkanzani station, 4 more bodies were found. The Zulus supporting Chief Buthelezi fought far greater numbers here who backed Nelson Mandela and the ANC. Gradually, the police were able to separate the two sides, limiting the casualties. Already, the past few days fighting in the Transvaal with over 150 dead is the worst ever outbreak of black factional violence in the Johannesburg area. Hostility between Buthelezi's Inkatha and Mandela's ANC threatens the whole delicate process of constitutional talks leading to votes for the black majority. Today, the government confirmed its fears for those talks.
We are very concerned as a government about the present high level of violence, because obviously it inhibits the chances for really starting negotiating on a new constitution.
The ANC say the government, through their police force, side with the Zulus and Inkatha. Charges the police vigorously deny. But now Nelson Mandela does appear to be edging towards peace talks with Chief Buthelezi.
This conflict cannot be settled without the involvement of Inkatha and its leader Buthelezi. And I express the hope that in future rallies, both Chief Buthelezi and myself would address that rally together.
6 months ago, amid all the euphoria which surrounded the release of Nelson Mandela and the unbanning of the ANC, this was the outcome which South Africans most feared. The sight of police out on the streets, not fighting anti-government protest, but keeping black political rivals from killing each other. James Robbins, BBC News, Soweto.
Here, intertribal warfare that swept through areas east and west of Johannesburg erupted in Soweto as Zulu clashed with Xhosa. But again underlying the conflict is a political battle between the Zulu-based Inkatha movement and the African National Congress. And despite the pleas of ANC and Inkatha leaders, the violence continued throughout the day, their supporters making clear they wanted revenge rather than peace. And the role of the police was once again a source of dispute. While senior officers insisted all was being done to keep the warring sides apart, ANC leaders were adamant that the police were partisan, arguing that the bulk of their action was directed at ANC rather than Inkatha followers.
We came here to gather them to speak to, and your men appear from this side and just tear gas them.
The role of the police was discussed at a surprise meeting between President de Klerk and Nelson Mandela this morning, as were other aspects of the violence. In particular, the threat it poses to the ongoing peace negotiations.
The constitutional negotiations are at risk because the credibility of Nelson Mandela and the ANC is at risk. As long as the violence continues, it provides brutal proof of the government contention that the ANC does not have the total support of the black majority it claims to speak for. Mike Hanna, News at 10, Soweto.
Here, the number of people out of work rose again in July. It was up 10,900 to 1,629,000. That's the 4th monthly rise in a row. Average earnings for the year to June were up 10%, an increase of 0.25% from the previous month.